Singama Africa, Soge, Singama Africa, Soge, Singama Africa.
As you have heard, we are continuing with a series of discussions around the land question. Now, next Saturday, of course, we want to concretize the concept of the land around the structure of human settlement. It's difficult for our people to quickly make an association to the land when they still hungry, or it's difficult. So when we say you live in a 2x2 shack, and then that assists our people to understand and connect that easier to the land question. So the march on Saturday is a very practical aspect to say to our people, the reason you are trapped in these refugee camps is because you are denied access to the land. And so we do want to ask forces to mobilize to support this march. It is our continuation on the land narrative. The workers, the students, and so forth, the different political parties, to be part of that. Post the march, we want to commit resources and time and organize what we would probably call the people's assemblies at the local level for further discussions and deliberations on the land question. And then, of course, later on to move those discussions at a provincial level. Ultimately, we hope to be able to garner support for a national, and I think of this really as a revisitation of 1955, the going back to that People's Assembly that happened in 1955 to say what went wrong there, how do we make right what went wrong in 1955? What's wrong with 1955? First of all, a meeting that was chaired by Mr. Bernstein, a white man, that of course comes out with an outcome of this document in which white people wrote themselves into the future of our country. And so there are many things we must go back and problematize 1955. So the assemblies, the people's assemblies, will take place as we continue in different places. And again, we're mentioning this so that people begin to imagine, the different stages that we want to go through. We want in every one of those assemblies, we want to problematize the Constitution, we want to problematize the flag, we want to problematize the national anthem, we want to problematize the Freedom Charter, of course. So the work must be narrowed and be practicalized around those issues. If we say we reject South Africa, we must take it further than just saying that. We must say we reject South Africa and its symbols. Sure. We reject South Africa and its national anthem. We reject South Africa and its constitution. We reject South Africa and its flag. All of its symbols must be rejected. It is our responsibility to recreate 1955. And when we recreate 1955, we must ensure that white people do not again write themselves into the future of this country. So those are practical aspects that are going to be rolled out. We want the students to struggle around the flag. It must be problematized again. The national anthem, it must be problematized. The Constitution must be problematized, and so forth. So, of course, we will have to work very hard to convince our people to reject South Africa and to work towards a society they call Azania, And therefore, that imagination must be inculcated, it must be flourished, it must be nurtured. People must imagine a different country, and it is our work to do that. So I think that covers basically the programmatic aspect of what Comrade MZ has given us. We have a lot of work to do ahead of us. Now,